Sam O'Reilly for Fight Talk. I'm here today, Steve Goodwin Media Day. Steve Goodwin himself. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, Sam. Very good.
Obviously, it's the second time I've been to one of these for you. Just explain a little bit about what it is and what it entails for the young fighters.
Yeah, what we do when we've got young fighters assigned to us, we do a day with them where we do interviews. Professional photographs are done. They do gym media footage, so we can use them for the screens for the ring entrances. The photos are then used for any publicity shots that we want doing for them. So we build them a proper profile with footage that we can use for them, and it helps them in the marketing of their fights, their ticket sales, and everything else. And we think it's fairly important for them.
Definitely. How many new boys do we have today? You've got quite a few debutants coming up, I think.
Yeah, there's 11. I think 11 turned up today. Yeah. So there was due to be a few more, but yeah, we've got some really good kids come up today. As you know, some really talented kids. We're signing. The talent that we're signing is improving in terms of quality. Obviously, we've got plenty of champions in the stable, so a lot of kids that want to start out are looking at us to say, well, look, you've delivered for, you're delivering for all these fighters and deliver them titles, do it for us. So it's brilliant.
That's what I was going to say. Have you noticed a big increase of sort of young fighters coming your way and wanting to sign on with yourself since your shows are doing bigger and better and your guys are getting more known?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting loads of inquiries. Obviously, we don't take everybody. But yeah, we're having meetings most weeks, and it's great. It's good that people are contacting us. We don't contact anybody. Every single inquiry we get comes from other people. I know a lot of other managers try and poach, and we just sit here. And if people want to recommend us, then we're happy to see them. So it's great. But the quality is great, and I think if you look at us, say 18 months, 2 years down the line, we'll have even more champions than we are now. We've got 1 British champion, 3 English champions, 4 Southern Area champions. Even now, with definitely more coming over the next 4 weeks, so it's fantastic.
We're sitting there waiting for Wadi Camacho and Arfan Iqbal to arrive.
Is that one? That in my opinion could be one of the fights of the year on one of the bills of the year off TV. That 9th of July bill is unbelievable in my opinion. It's probably, I've got to say, I think it's probably on the best that I've ever staged as a promoter.
You obviously got that fight there. That's an English title fight now.
It's been upgraded once Matty Askin beat Craig Kennedy. It took me about a millisecond to jump on that and try to upgrade the fight, and I'm delighted that the board agreed with us that it was a fight worthy of English title status, and it's a great opportunity for Wadi, who I think it's fair to say every time he stepped above area level in the past, apart from winning prize fighter, he's come up short. But he's probably, I think he's the best he's ever been in his career. I think he's improved massively with Terry Coulter. And Arfan Iqbal is a really talented kid who wanted an opportunity, so they've both got their opportunities. The best one, whoever's best on the night, will go on, and I think we'll end up fighting for the British title. So I think it's an amazing fight, and you've got 2 different styles, but it's going to be explosive. And I think I've never done a Sunday show before. I've not always been a fan of them, but for this show, people should come out on a Sunday on that 9th of July. So if you're not doing anything, come that day, because you're going to watch a phenomenal day of boxing.
100%. Was that one of 4 title fights on the card?
5 including Adrian Martin's international fight. So we've got the English title. We've got Leon Mackenzie, Alan Higgins for the Southern Area.
That's another great fight.
That's a great fight. Freddie Kuit, Eric Ocheng for the Southern Area welterweight. Jamani Camiro, Dave Birmingham announced this week for the Southern Area lightweight title, and Adrian Martin in an international challenge belt fight against somebody with a positive record. So there's 5 really, really cracking fights, and there's some brilliant undercard fighters on there. I think some David Thompson. It's just a really good undercard. It's a brilliant night.
Obviously, the night before, you've also got the Full Throttle show, which is Linus Shadofia, Jack Hughes, Ryan Walker, Ramiz Mahmood.
Yeah,
I mean, that's another great show. I know obviously there aren't the titles necessarily on it, but there's some good.
A lot of talented kids. A lot of our kids on that, and Jack Green's doing his first show in London, and he's promoting that, and it's got a lot of our kids that are up and coming on it. It's a really good show for the up and comings. So you can have a weekend of boxing if you like, because you've got the up and coming kids on the Saturday, and then the big explosive title fights on the Sunday.
Definitely. Last time we spoke, it was before last week's show. I thought it was a very good show. There were some good people on it, good prospects, and some good finishes. How did you sum up the show yourself?
I thought it was quite exciting. I think it was again We had one big 10-round fight with Danny Cousins, Aussie Gervais, which I thought was explosive. Some felt that it was stopped too early. Danny hit Aussie.
Yeah, I
what
did.
Did you think?
I did, because the ref. I mean, I know he's got a job to do in there, but we all know Gervais is durable and he'll get up, he'll keep coming. So I thought it was quite early, but it was a good fight.
I mean, I've seen Aussie hit harder than that and get up and carry on against Crawford. So I think it should have gone on. Danny was looking good and he did hit him with a peach of a shot. So he may have won anyway, but I think Aussie should have been given the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, it was great, and I thought there were some other great performances on the card. Dino Richardson, I thought, looked sensational with his he's now 4 wins, 4 KOs.
That shot that put his man down, the right hook to the temple, delayed reaction, and you knew it was all over the gut.
Dan Keenan moved to 6-0. AD Burden moved to 4-0. Plenty of others on the show. It was a show where you could look at people and see that there's some kids coming up. I mean, you've got Charlie Quinn recorded his first stoppage. The only blip was Nick Parker, who was winning the fight for.
What was it, the third round it happened?
Second round, but he was winning everything. He was wobbling the kid, but he came in, Nick, with his hands down, and he got greedy. He wanted to finish the job off. Come with his hands down, left his chin in the end, got hit. Unfortunately, as a cruiserweight, that happens. I mean, Nick Parker will come back from that, and I think it's a lesson learned, and it's a lesson learned for anybody else who's a big puncher who thinks you can just walk through people. They can always detonate.
It was a brutal knockout in the end.
Wasn't it?
He had his man hurt, so decided to walk into him and hunt down the stoppage, and he got hurt quite badly. So it's it was a very good show. I enjoyed it. What's the September, the new season? We've got a few shows booked in.
Yeah, Josh is doing a show on the 9th. I was working with Josh on that on Thursday. We've announced John O'Donnell to Mark Amucha for the English welterweight title, and it's a final eliminator for the British, so we've done that. And a deal's just been done for Akeem Noble to fight Philip Bowes on the same card. And there's a further big title fight hopefully going to be sorted in the next week or so. So Josh is that's going to be a cracking show again, start of the new season, and Josh is working hard to make sure that it's a cracking show. So I think it will be amazing.
Rakeem going to squeeze in one more before he goes to Japan.
Yeah, well, the thing with Rakeem, he said, that's it, I'm going to go to Japan. Then he rang me up, he said, I want Philip Bowes. He said, I want Philip Bowes. He said, there's been talk about it for a while. He said, I think it's a fight I'll win. Can you make the Philip Bowes fight? So I rang up Mickey Amu, who manages Phil. They fancy it, so it's a fight done. And I think it's a great fight to watch. Yeah. I think it's a total different styles. You've got Phil, who's the hit and move, and Rakeem with the relentless pressure. And I think I know how the fight will go, but we'll see. We'll see if I'm right after the fight. But
I like both guys a lot, and I think you're right. So stylistically, it makes up for a good fight, and why not go off to Japan, having had a fight that a lot of people want to see it?
I mean, listen, we all know Phil's going to win the first couple of rounds. It's going to happen, but it's not. That's not the. It's what happens when Rakeem's still, relentlessly going on, similar to what he did with Kay Prosper. He's relentless, and I think he's got the right style for Phil. I think it makes a great fight. I think it's going to be a fight that everybody's going to want to watch. And John O'Donnell to Mark Amucha is also a fight people want to watch. And the third big fight that we've got is going to be something else to watch. I mean, that's going to be a cracking show as well. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying, as a group, and each of the individual promoters within the group, to actually promote shows that people want to come to watch, and to promote and give young talent the right opportunity to develop through to becoming TV fighters. That's what it's all about. Most
definitely. And you got a few prospects in there that they're going to make it up to these television shows, no doubt. Some have already been on them. So definitely. Obviously, next 2 weeks now, you got your man Frank Buglioni defending his British at the O2.
Yeah, he
should be a good fight, that one.
Yeah, I think Frank wins. I think we think it's the right fight. It's something that when we signed with Eddie Hearn, that was a fight that we wanted, so we told Eddie Hearn to go off and get Ricky Summers. So if it went wrong, we've got to take responsibility our end, but it won't. And I think Frank's improving massively under Don Charles, and there's plenty of good fights ahead for him in the year. But the one he wants is Nathan Cleverly at the end of it. But we've got to overcome Ricky Summers first. I'm sure he will. And we've got a couple of other kids that are fighting on the undercard at the O2 as well, who've got opportunities, albeit as the opponent side of it. Jamie Spate, who won the Southern Area for a third time, he takes on Reece Bellotti. So Jamie's been hunting for that big TV fight, and he's got it. and Ryan Crawford is taking on Isaac Chamberlain. Ryan Crawford was due to fight Lawrence Okoli. The deal was done, and then Okoli's people had a change of heart, but fortunately he's able to get a fight against Chamberlain, although the one he really wanted was Okoli. But he's because that would have been a sharp shootout of 2 bangers. Now obviously he's up against Isaac Chamberlain, who's a much more technical boxer. He doesn't, obviously he comes out, but he's not like Okoli, who comes out like a maniac to knock you out. So, but Ryan gets an opportunity to fight on a big stage, and that's what he wanted. So we've delivered that for him as well. So, but as far as Frank's concerned, we think he's topping the bill. It's great for him to do that, and we think it's another notch on his way to a Lonsdale belt.
Definitely. Anything else you want to add? Anything news? Anything happening that you think we should know about?
There's loads of, as you can see today, loads of cruiserweight fights coming up. We're putting together some big cruiserweight fights, and I think we've got some really good talent that we signed that we can unveil. But I think really, I don't want to single anyone out because we've got so many of them. But the ones up to date was Yusuf Kamari, who he's been out for the photo shoot today. He debuts on the 9th of September, and he's a special kid to watch out for. And also today was a kid that we signed promotionally, a guy called Sam Gilly, trained by Rod Julian. He's also a very talented kid. And there's plenty of other kids coming out as well. But I think the shows in July, you'll see some really special talent. The debut kids are good, and September we're ready to rock again in the new season. But Goodwin Boxing is thriving, growing. Things are getting more exciting, and it's just great to have so many young boxers on board.
Most definitely. Well, I look forward to the 8th and especially the 9th of July. I'm going to go and interview these 2 big men now and try and keep them apart.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Excellent. It should be a great show. Thanks a lot for talking to Fight Talk.
Cheers, Sam.